Hey everybody, just wanted to do another quick little video here. Today we're going to be working on a 2016 Honda Civic LX 4-cylinder 2.0 engine. Just going to be doing an oil change, so I just wanted to show that. What we're going to be doing is you're going to need to remove the panel here. It's got a couple little bolts and screws. We're just going to be holding it on, which I'll demonstrate when I put it back together. When you get under it here, you're going to have your oil filter, and if I can see it, drain plug right here. And you actually can't mess it up because it says so right there. Engine oil. That way. So we're gonna go ahead and get that drain plug off. I believe it's a 17mm, and then we're gonna work on getting the oil filter off and letting that drain, and then we're gonna go ahead and refill it. Hey guys, so real quick, when I was pulling out the drain plug, I actually noticed that it had a little bit of too much play in it. And what I noticed from the guys at Honda, it looks like they've been making the same mistake here, because I don't know if you could see, but it looks like it's a little stripped. Trying to get that to focus here, right on the corners. So the one that I was using was a 12-point socket, and this is the one that I actually had too much play in. I went ahead and I swapped it over to the just a standard 6.1, and that one actually took a lot of the play out. So just so you don't make that same mistake and accidentally strip the bolt, because I did kind of feel a little bit of slippage when I was taking it off. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that, just so you guys don't make the same mistake. Alright, so that's still trickling out just a little bit. While that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the oil filter. There we go. Alright. Man, they put that guy on tight. Make sure to bring your catch can right under it, because as soon as you start loosening it up, it's going to start draining, just like that. And just let that drain down. And that one's still trickling out a little bit. It's just about dripping now, so that one's done. Go ahead and unscrew it off. There we go. You're going to get a bunch more oil coming out. And you always want to make sure that the filter gasket, the O-ring, doesn't get stuck along the outer ridge here. You want to make sure it comes out with the filter, so that way you don't have any issues when you reinstall the new one. I know it sounds funny, but people oftentimes overlook it. So it's just something to be cautious of. You want to make sure you have a nice clean surface. If there's any residue or dirt or anything like that, clean it off. Make sure the threads are cleaned. That all taken care of. And what we're going to do is just get a little bit of oil on our fingertip here. And we're going to run it along the edge of the new gasket on the new filter here. And just get that all nice and lubed up, so when we go to put it back on, it slides on and it doesn't bind up or anything like that. So just kind of catch it as it's coming out of the engine here. Now with the filter, you don't want to over torque them. Just want to make sure everything's nice and clean. Just go ahead and screw it back on. Do it by hand, obviously. I don't know who would have a tool to do that anyways. And you're just going to want to tighten it as hard as you can with your hand. Get some extra leverage if you have to. But try your best not to use a tool when tightening it back on. Alright. Alright guys, don't forget when you're replacing the drain plug, replace the crush washer. Make sure you grab a new one of those. Get that on there. Go ahead and clean it up again, get all the oil residue off. Alright, so now we're going to come up top. As you can see, it calls for 0W20. Get that guy off. And we're going to go ahead and refill it. Alright guys, so on the 2.0 engine, I can't specify for others. That's the one that I'm working on right now, is the 2.0. It calls for a little under 5 quarts. It's about 4.4 quarts of oil. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill that up. And just keep checking while you're doing it. It's better to have to recheck it than to have to pull the skid plate off again and have to drain some oil. Alright guys, get the oil back in there. We're going to go ahead and put the skid plate back on and finish it up. Alright you guys, so once you get the skid plate back on, you got the oil filled up, filters changed, everything's done. Go ahead and start it. Let it run for a little bit, then park it. Let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Go ahead and recheck the oil. Make sure you got it at the right level. And I hope that helps anybody. And if it does, I hope you guys continue to follow. Alright, thank you.